Namaste, मेरा नाम Joy हो. My full name is Njabulo, but most of my colleagues here call me Joy. I was born in South Africa, raised in Switzerland, and I now study in the UK. So you're probably wondering how I found myself here. Well, I'm doing an internship as part of my degree. I do liberal arts and science at the University of Surrey, and I am currently in my third year. So the University of Surrey is found in the UK, and that is where I currently do my studies. My internship course is for marketing, so I'm working in the marketing department as a marketing intern or marketing consultant intern, and that has given me the opportunity to work on a lot of different things within the industry in Nepal. I have done business plans, I have done company profiles, I have visited clients, I have done marketing plans, I have done some design work as well as presentation. So the scope of what I've had to do within this organization has been quite vast, and I'm hoping that I'll tell you more about this as the little video goes on. Internship is important. I think it gives you a safe space in which you can learn and make mistakes comfortably. Personally, for me, this has been my first work experience, so to speak. So I've never really had a 9 to 5. And an internship gives employees the opportunity to get students that are new to the industry and train them. As well as for students, it gives you the opportunity to see what real working life would be like. So as I was saying, it's a safe working environment and you gain valuable work experience doing different things in different parts of an organization. So that is why I believe students should do an internship. Why Nepal? That's a very interesting one, to be honest. The reason why I chose Nepal was initially because I wanted to prove to future employers that I do not mind traveling for work. And so I feel like personally there is no better place to demonstrate my willingness to travel for work than to go into the other end of the world, for me, at least living in Europe, and just kind of stay there for 4.5 months and have that be my placement. I feel like if I wanted to do something with the UN, if I wanted to work with the Red Cross or any international NGO that travels and sends its workers abroad, I wanted to show them, if I ever apply, that I could do such a thing. I could go to a country that is not necessarily the same in culture, in diversity, or even just in terms of development as mine, and I can still make myself feel comfortable there as well as achieve my work. So one of the reasons why I went to Nepal was for that reason alone, to be able to show employers that yes, I am willing to travel, I can travel, and I can hold my own when I travel. So that's what encouraged me to come here. It's a very interesting story how I came about to find out about NRS. When I was looking for my placements at my university, we have a careers portal or a job portal. So I used that to find some agencies that were organizing placements abroad as well as locally. And one of the ones I found was Placement Year International. Through them, I applied for Southeast Asia, and they recommended me to come to Nepal. At the time, I knew very little about the place, and I had a keen interest for it since I wanted to go to Southeast Asia. And so what ended up happening is they found a company called NRS, and they suggested I check it out, and I got an interview with them. And from then on, it was after the interview, I was sold. They told me what they do, how they go about it, and it seemed exactly like what I wanted to do when I first started. So I said I was down, and a week later, I was on the plane, and now I'm here. So it was great. I found them through that website, so I guess that's how I came to know NRS, through Placement Year International. Working here is very interesting, if I can say that. It was nothing, I didn't know what to expect coming here and working, and I was very surprised and pleased. So I guess what I can say is it's very demanding. That is the first and foremost thing. Working here is very demanding. You do a lot of work, it's quite intense at times. They do ease you in at the beginning, but then it's also very independent work. You learn to work by yourself very quickly. As well as it being demanding, it's also very rewarding because you actually gain valuable experience. You have a mentor who will give you the outline of what the task is, but then within your third or fourth week, you're already meeting clients and actually doing work that can impact the business for its future. So the responsibility is great within just a couple of weeks of being here. So as I was saying, working here is very demanding, but it's also very rewarding. It's exciting. The team is young and dynamic, and everyone's learning together. There's a lot of interns and there's a lot of young staff. As a young industry in Nepal, everything we do and we learn together. So if someone discovers something, they'll share it with the rest of the team, and everyone will either use it later on or keep it at the back of their minds and just have it as spare knowledge. So I think working with this team is very good because we feed off of each other. One person does the work, then the other one gains new insight on it. So I think working in a small team makes communication a lot easier for all of us. And you also kind of get to build a good relationship. They're very welcoming, they make you feel at home, and they show you around. You get involved with the community and not just your work, which I think is the greatest asset that this team has had, is its ability to make interns feel welcome. I feel like I've learned a lot. When I started here, I wanted to do marketing, as I said before, and one of the skills that I have learned to improve upon was my ability to interact with people. The way I talk, the way I approach, how comfortable I make the other person I'm talking to feel. So I think I greatly improved my interpersonal skills. I greatly improved my presentation skills, giving presentations on behalf of clients. I have improved my software skills. I've had to use Excel more than I thought I ever would. I've learned how to do graphic design with Photoshop. I've learned how to do market research by picking up the phone and making calls. It's a lot of different things that I've learned through the work that I have done. To list them all would be me having to list all the things that I had to do over the last 16 weeks. So every project I worked on gave me a valuable skill. But I'd say the main ones would be my ability to communicate, my ability to present, I guess to a certain extent mentoring and coaching, because I would be in charge of the new interns when they come, and they so would be in charge of the next ones when they come. So supervising someone has also been fairly interesting for me in that regard. So that would encompass all the skills that I have acquired during my time here. Yes, most definitely. Looking back at it, I would almost sell NRS to people, say, if you're planning on doing an internship, do come here. It's a wonderful place to be. It's a very dynamic team, as I mentioned earlier. The work is demanding and rewarding, and to be honest, it's still a laid-back environment. You're not too uptight, but then you still have to be formal, dressed apart. That's the essential thing. You have to dress the part. But then in terms of value, I could not put a price tag on how much I gained from working with NRS. And if you're ever thinking of doing an internship abroad, I would definitely recommend coming to Nepal and coming to this company. I'm sure they will have something for you as they work in several different sectors. And honestly, you can only gain from being with such an amazing group of people. So I'll definitely recommend, and I'll definitely say yes.